when the Los Angeles Rams lost in Carolina to the Panthers. Yes, Carolina beat the Los Angeles Rams. Hell of a game, by the way. Absolute hell of a game. And the Panthers, are they gonna sneakily get into the playoffs? In fact, do you know what? Yeah, I can't even say sneakily because the division's still on for them. Them and the Bucks are 7-6. If I'm not, are the Bucks 7-6? I'll come back to that. But they're they're both. Pardon me. The Bucks are 7-5. Sorry, not 7-6. Panthers 7-6. They both got 7 wins, like I've stated. They're only 1 game back on the loss column for them. So it's a bit of a, do you know what? Let me even check the Panther schedule. Sorry, guys. Do this. Hey, on me own. So they got the divisional games, Saints. Those tricky divisional games. They should beat them. Then they got the Bucks, then Seahawks. So just like their next 3 games is pretty, it's can they because if they beat the Saints, that's 8-6. Then the showdown against the Bucks, and they're hosting the Bucks. So I have to take a deep breath for that one. Because that game. There's going to be a lot of eyes on that game, and a lot of the NFC are going to be watching that game because again, that's for the 1 seed. So it's whoever's in the wild card is going to either Carolina or Tampa Bay. But yeah, like I was saying, back to the game. Bryce Young, great game. Didn't need to throw the ball too much. 15 for 20, 206 yards, 3 touchdowns. 2 of those touchdowns on fourth down. Very ballsy. Canales, hell of a head coach with the play calling as well, in terms of, and their OC. And just like converting those 4th downs was just immense for touchdowns. And we know the Rams defense, like I've sang their praises. They've been great this season, young defense. And they've just been making plays, but they couldn't really, I say stop Bryce as much, but Bryce did what he needed to do. Let me put it like that. And the offense did what it needed to do. And it was helped by their magnificent defense. Because boy, oh boy, they got to Stafford. The pick 6, whew, and then the sack fumble at the end of the game, well, to ice the game more or less. Yeah. Obviously Stafford for me is still clear MVP. I've seen Drake Mays definitely neck and neck now. No, that is not the case because the gap was like that. It was Stafford, Drake May, and Jonathan Taylor. Like that. So now it's Stafford, Drake May. We'll see what he does against the Giants. Obviously, I'm filming this right before the Giants game, so we shall see. But yeah, it was the first game since I think week 3, if I'm not mistaken, that Stafford threw an interception. End up throwing 2, like I said, and then taking a couple sacks as well. It was a rare game this season for Stafford, but those games happen. You can't like exactly fault him too much. Like maybe they should have ran the ball a little bit more because the run game was good between Blake Corum and Kyren Williams. I think they went for 150 between them, but only on like 20 carries. So that shows like maybe Puka Nacua. What a player. That catch, that might be catch of the year without a doubt. That's definitely a contender. And then the red zone threat. The the Hall of Famer that is playing right now, Davante Adams. Another 2 touchdowns. Like he's leading the NFL in touchdowns. I can't even remember the number now. But even in the last, I think, 6 or 7 Rams games, he might be the amount of touchdowns he's got in that span. If I'm not mistaken, is still leading the NFL or like in the top 3. I remember seeing it. So yeah, it was just one of those games. Obviously the Rams, they can't afford to not win or to give up games because of how tough their division is. They've got the 49ers, like I've spoke about. They've got the Seahawks who won again. So it's like Are they the best team in the NFC? Most likely, but they can't afford any more slip ups, given how tough their division is. Again, it's another division that we could potentially, and more likely get three teams out of that division. So it's a bit of a, it's a it's a monumentous division, that one. That's arguably the best division in football right now. All three teams have got firepower on offense, but they've got playmakers on defense as well. So collectively, it's a tough division. And like I said before, at the beginning of this game, the Panthers, they the thing with the Panthers is they shouldn't just go back and now lose a silly game, if that makes sense. So for argument's sake, the Saints game, on paper, everyone will pick Carolina. But again, like I stated, divisional game. I was listening to Cam Newton earlier, obviously ex-Carolina Panther, and he was just saying, like, unless you've been part of either team, you won't get that fixture. It's just a weird, tough fixture. And, that's coming from an MVP winner with the Carolina Panthers. So I understand why he has his hesitancy going into that game, but the Panthers should execute that game, should win it. They've got a very good run game as well. Utilize it, and they've got ballsy players. They've got playmakers, even on defense as well. Do you know what I mean? So Panthers, Jacobs Panthers, they're doing bits.